What would you do if someone, or something, was watching you from the trees crawling toward your tent or driving the very truck you thought would save you? These are not stories you just hear, these are stories that follow you. Stay with me till the end because once you start, you will not sleep the same again. The backyard figure. Rain tapped gently against the kitchen window. Jenna stirred her tea, eyes scanning the dark yard beyond the glass. The garden light flickered once, then died. She sighed, annoyed, and turned toward the pantry. Emotion. She spun back. Her cup slipped. A figure stood at the edge of the trees, motionless. Not a neighbor. Too still. Too tall. She squinted. The face, there was none. Just smooth, pale skin where features should be. She stepped back. The figure stepped forward. Silent. Precise. Her phone lay charging in the other room. She backed away slowly, never turning. The figure moved again. Closer. It reached the garden gate. The latch clicked. She ran. The knock. Eli's apartment was dead quiet. City noise had faded long ago. He was halfway through a documentary when the knock came. 3 short raps. No buzz. No footsteps. He muted the television. Another knock. Identical. He checked the peephole. Empty hallway. No one. Just the humming exit sign. He waited. Another knock. This time from the window. He lived on the 6th floor. He turned slowly, heart pounding. The blinds trembled. A shadow moved behind them. Thin fingers pressed against the glass. No face. Just fingers. Then another knock. He stepped back. The window began to open. 3. The tent in the woods ***. Sophie zipped up her sleeping bag and clicked off the flashlight. The forest around her pulsed with night sounds. Crickets. Distant owls. The soft rustle of wind. Then silence. Complete and sudden. Even the breeze stopped. She opened her eyes. The tent fabric moved as if brushed lightly from the outside. What? Then again. She sat up, listening. A low breathing sound came from just outside the nylon wall. Heavy. Human. She whispered for her brother. No answer. His tent was 10 feet away. A shadow passed over the tent wall. Then stopped. Right in front of the entrance. A zipper began to move. Slow. Careful. From the outside. She reached for her flashlight. The breathing grew louder. The zipper reached halfway. The light flicked on. There was an eye staring in. Too wide. Too still. The zipper slid further. The zipper slid further. Sophie froze, clutching the flashlight, its beam trembling with her hands. The eye did not blink. It just stared. Then a voice, low and dry. You are awake, she screamed. The tent shook violently as something pressed against it, pushing the fabric inward. Hands. 2, maybe more. She scrambled backward, hitting the far wall of the tent. Her flashlight rolled out of reach. Darkness swallowed everything but that eye. Still staring. Outside twigs snapped. Boots crunched leaves. A second voice whispered something she could not understand. Then laughter. Not loud. Not human. Sharp and fast, like breath caught in a throat. The tent zipper reached the bottom. The flap opened. And a pale hand reached in. The pale hand reached in. His fingers were too long. Joints bent wrong. The skin looked stretched like wet paper over bone. Sophie kicked. Her foot hit something solid. The hand jerked back. She dove for the flashlight. Flicked it on. Light burst through the tent. Nothing. No hand. No shadow. No face. But the tent flap still hung open. Cold air rushed in. And from just beyond the entrance. Breathing. She crawled forward, light shaking in her grip. The beam caught a smear on the ground. Red. What? It led out of the tent. Into the trees. Toward her brothers. She stood, knees weak, heart pounding. Took one step outside. The night was still. Moonlight cut through the trees in thin, pale strips. Her brother's tent was unzipped. Wide open. Empty. A trail of prints led away from it. Not footprints. Hands. Pressed into the dirt. Both palms. Dragged. Something moved in the tree-line. She lifted the light. 2 figures. Crawling. Fast. Straight toward her. Sophie ran. Her breath came in short, sharp bursts. Branches whipped her face. Thorns tore at her legs. Behind her. The sound of hands slapping the ground. Not footsteps. Faster than feet. She dared not look back. The forest was endless. No path. No moon now. Clouds swallowed the light. She stumbled. Fell hard. Face to dirt. The flashlight flew from her hand. It landed in the leaves, still glowing. She reached. Too late. A hand gripped her ankle. Cold. Unmoving. but strong. She screamed and kicked over and over. The grip loosened. She crawled, grabbed the flashlight, turned. The light caught one of them. Its face was stretched, skin tight over a too wide mouth. No eyes. Only smooth, waxy flesh. It opened its mouth, and from deep inside, she heard her brother's voice, calling her name, begging for help. From inside the thing, Sophie froze. The thing crawled closer, mouth still open. Her brother's voice spilled out, but wrong. Flat. Like a recording played backwards. She backed away, breath ragged. The second figure emerged from the dark. Identical. Mouth stretched. No eyes. No sound. Both reached toward her. Their hands shook like they were trying to remember how to move. She turned and ran again. Blind through the underbrush. Branches broke against her arms. Something sliced her cheek. Then, lights. 2 headlights. A parked truck. She screamed, waving the flashlight. Her legs burned, lungs screamed. A man stepped from the driver's seat. He looked stunned. What the hell? She collapsed into him, pointing back. There's something. But when he looked, nothing. Just woods. Still empty. He helped her into the truck, doors locked tight. They drove. She watched the tree line vanish behind them. But just before the bend, in the mirror, 2 shapes stood by the road. Motionless. Head tilted. Mouths open. Sophie stared at them in the mirror. They did not move. They only watched. Their mouths still open. The man driving said nothing. His hands were tight on the wheel. Eyes locked on the road. Sophie looked at him. He looked pale. Sweating. Breathing fast. Did you see them? She whispered. He nodded once. I have picked up 3 campers this month. His voice was quiet. Flat. They all said the same thing. He did not look at her. I never saw them again after I dropped them off. She felt her throat tighten. What do you mean? He turned his head just slightly, then smiled. But his mouth stretched too far. Too wide. Too smooth. And from his throat, her brother's voice called her name. Sophie's blood turned ice cold. The voice was perfect. Exact. Like it had been peeled from him. She yanked the door handle. Locked. The man. The thing. Kept driving. Still smiling. Mouth unnaturally wide. The headlights lit the road ahead. But everything beyond was black. Too black. Like light was being swallowed. She grabbed the flashlight from her lap. Swung it at his face. Hard. It connected with a crack. His skin split. But there was no blood. Only more pale flesh underneath. He did not flinch. He only turned his head slowly toward her. Still smiling. Now you are part of them, he said. The voice was layered. Hers. Her brother's. Others she did not recognize. The truck slowed. Trees pressed in tight on both sides. A clearing opened ahead. Rows of tents. Empty. Except one. Unzipped. Waiting. Sophie's heart pounded as the truck rolled to a stop. The clearing felt wrong. Too quiet. Too still. She saw the tent. The same color. The same shape. As hers. The man turned off the engine. Silence fell like a blanket. He faced her again. You will sleep, he said. Then you will forget. Sophie clutched the flashlight tighter. Her reflection stared back at her in the window. But behind it something moved. Dozens of shapes stepped from the trees. Tall. Thin. Eyes missing. Mouths open. They circled the truck. No sound. No breath. Only the weight of their presence. She tried the door again. This time. It opened. She ran. Not toward the tent. Not toward the woods. But into the dark between the things. They did not follow. They only watched. And waited. She ran until her legs gave out. Collapsed beneath the black trees. And as sleep pulled her under, she could still hear the voice. Her brother's. Calling her name. But softer now. As if from inside her own mouth. And in the morning. The tent in the clearing was zipped shut. A flashlight lay just outside the flap. Still glowing.